The moon is the most important planet if you want to shape and understand your situation. All the planets, as we know them in astrology, dump their energy into the moon. So understanding the moon is critical. The moon reveals the sum of the energy of all the planets combined. Understanding the phase of the moon will determine a major factor in how the energy manifests. So taking time to learn the exact rules and states of the moon will help you create anything you want. It's super important to infuse belief into anything you create. The more you believe, the more you can manifest. In astrology, the moon represents your mind, and that includes the levels of stability. Your mind is composed of two channels, the left and the right, or the Ida and the Pingala. The moon is in charge of this. The moon is both inside of you and outside of you. Remember, you're the microcosm of the macrocosm. The moon in you is the moon out there. As above, so below. You can control your external circumstances by controlling your internal cosmos. The ether is the point where mind and matter merge. It's that point from which you manifest from the unseen dimension into the third dimension here as we know it. Moon energy comes in through your crown chakra. So you know, like when you hear a song that you love and your crown tingles? That's moon energy. It's a descending energy. So it's coming down through you from above, and it fills your whole body and feeds you life, which is actually coming from the sun higher up. The moon makes the energy usable and wonderful. So the moon contributes to your personality or disposition. People who have a very strong moon in their personality, they tend to be very sensible people. They think clearly, they're smart, and they're discriminating. If the moon is strong in their chart, it can make them educated and wise and politically aware. It also gives a soft voice and very sweet speech. People who speak with a flowing cadence, and they're capable of speaking very well. The moon can make a person shy and have a mild temperament. It makes them a little bit gentle. And their overall disposition is very even and sattvic. They're known to be warm and kind to their friends. They're affectionate and pleasant. And because we know the moon waxes and wanes, sometimes it can make a person a little bit unsteady, a little up and down, or just changing their mind frequently. That can be a moon quality. It's super important because it directs how the energy of the other planets will manifest in the physical dimension. The moon is the gate from the invisible to the visible. Without it, nothing can exist on Earth. It literally pulls on our bodies and minds, and you can see what it does to water, like the tides in the ocean. It takes almost 28 days to make a full cycle around the Earth. It marks the celestial month, and the woman's cycle is about that long. That's not a coincidence. The 27 lunar mansions, also known as nakshatras, are the wives of the moon. The moon travels through all of them. The moon keeps life interesting. The moon is the second strongest planet after the sun, naturally speaking. So that means it's stronger than all the other planets except the sun. So we have to remember its natural strength, which is the foundation of the strength of all the other planets. So the strength of the moon is moderate for the first 10 days, starting at the new moon. It's considered very strong and beneficial during the second period of 10 days after that, and that runs into the full moon. Now the last 10 days, the moon is very weak, especially from the waning dark half to the new moon. And there's no strength in the moon in the third period of 10 days, unless it's aspected by a good planet. The full moon is always considered strong. The moon has directional strength when it's in the fourth house. It's powerless in the 10th house. The moon is strong during night, obviously, so don't work with it during the day. If you want to use moon energy specifically, it's stronger during the night. Specifically, the first third of the night is the strongest. The moon is considered strong in its hour, day, which is Monday, month, and year. Out of all those, the hour of the moon is the strongest, and Monday is the second strongest. A fun and important detail is that being exalted in Taurus is twice as strong as the moon's hour. So using the sidereal zodiac, when it enters Taurus, and you do it on a Monday, in the moon's hour, you have a win-win, win-win-win. Very strong, very good moon. The moon is stronger when it's exalted, which is the first 3 degrees of Taurus using the sidereal zodiac, compared to the rest of the sign, but it's still strong in the rest of Taurus as well. And the moon is also strong when Cancer is rising. So if you're looking east and you see Cancer coming up on the horizon, the moon is very strong at that point also. So watch the stars. The moon is strong in Cancer. For those of you who've stuck around this long in the video, thanks so much for being here. But this might be one of the most important facts that others will have missed. And it's so important that the moon is strong at the end of a sign. So the moon is kind of weak when it first enters the sign. Again, this is using the sidereal zodiac. But if you're working with the moon, you can observe this truth in your life and just see how it manifests. You'll see the truth of that it's stronger at the end of a sign and not the beginning. Also, the moon is considered strong when it's aspected by benefic planets or the good planets, and it's stronger in even signs.